I want to introduce you guys to someone real quick. RJ Wolf. How'd that look?
I don't think that one quite worked because you could see that gap distance. When if he just went a little bit further with his fist and came here, maybe a little bit lower since the camera's right here, then I would have to take a reaction like that. And it would look way more real than if it went straight on like that. Because from his perspective, this looks correct, like he's hitting me. But from your guys' perspective, the audience, that doesn't look right.
So, ready?
Yeah.
You guys see me beat the shit out of RJ Wolf? That's right. Don't mess with Potato Jet. Yeah. That's interesting. You always have to be cautious of where the camera sits for this.
Yes, and that's what's also challenging about doing stunts is especially when you're using a steady cam, the camera isn't stationary. So here you could be like, okay, it'll never move. If you're standing, I'll just hit here and it'll always sell. And that, there's a steady cam that moves up, down, left, right at every angle. So we as stunt performers have to also subconsciously be paying attention to either the static camera or the moving steady camera.
Yeah, that's an interesting point because the first time I ever filmed anything action related, the camera angle always had to be very precise. We were floating around the room, and if I wasn't at the right spot, it doesn't work because the hits don't sell at that angle. So that's something that to be really cognizant of when you're filming fight sequences. RG just finished shooting Daredevil season 3. You're not allowed to talk about what you're doing in it yet until the season comes out, right? But if I think of like what is a show or movie that has cool stunts, I mean, it's gotta be Daredevil's like top 3. You're living the dream right now. This is probably where you were hoping to be, right?
Yeah, it's still gotta go further, you know? You can't stop.
RJ and I met like, what, 10 years ago almost?
10 and a half.
We're
probably
aging ourselves in this video.
I know. It feels bad.
Both of us just moved to LA and we were just kind of, we were pretty clueless. Okay, we're in Hollywood now. What do we do now?
Yeah, where are we?
Chuck that was like your first like TV credit, huh? How many times did you die on that show, Chuck?
I can't even count. My first stunt job. The actor is walking and then a guy sneaks up behind him, breaks a vase over the back of his neck head area, and then he's supposed to fall. Merritt was like, okay, let's rehearse what your reaction will look like. He hit me like that and I had to react. I took it and just swept my feet under me and fell as fast and hard as I could and make it look as violent and nasty as I could possibly make it. He was like, no.
Like flew across the room. It's just a lamp, bro. I mean, most people, when they think of a stuntman, they think of like the craziest people they know. They'll literally people that'll jump off a bridge or do anything that are insane. But you actually don't want crazy people on your set doing these stunts because you need people that can perform a precise trick or stunt and not get injured, because an injury on a set is a big deal, right?
Yes, because on a set you want to do 3 takes, 4 takes, 5 takes, 6 takes. Being a stuntman is not all about being crazy like the Jackass guys. Those are phenomenal stunts, by the way, that the Jackass guys do. They're very brave Daredevil risk takers, but that's not what we want on set necessarily. You do want to be brave and you do want to be a risk taker and you do want to do those things, but you want to do it controlled.
Purge, a little spoiler. At the end, you get shot up.
Yes.
Those are squibs on your back, is it?
Yeah, I think I had 6 or 8 squibs on my back. All they do is special effects just sets off bop, 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 bop. All the reactions are real because the squibs have a charge, and when that charge pops, it sends the other thing the other way, so towards your skin, so it hurts. So when you get shot, that's real reaction if you're not wearing a pad because it stings. Yeah, and that's why you could hear my voice also go.
Is it wireless or is it like are you attached to a bunch of cables that go up to the charge or?
They have wireless charges and they have cables. Had a bunch of cables to a box, a transmitter box, and then the guy was over there.
Those don't look like they would feel good, and you didn't have any protection, so...
Yeah, just a layer of shirt, but it's not too bad because the girl, she had to have a squib right on her forehead. Yeah, she's a badass.
I can't imagine how bad it would hurt to have a little explosive charge go off on your head.
Yeah, I was like, good luck. New girl I was on for a very long time. That whole crew is so funny. They just improv. They go back and forth. It's so interesting. Improv one scene and then they're like, all right, let's do take 2. And then they do take 2 and it's completely abstract different from what they just did. And it's really impressive. I was running on the treadmill and they're like, action. So then I have to fall. Just took it straight to my stomach, arms out, bam. And then the track sent me right into an elliptical in the back, and
That actually knocked the wind out of you, right?
yeah, I was like out of breath for like 10 seconds. So when I was on the ground, I was just like trying to catch my breath, and then they said cut, and I was just like, okay, I gotta get up now. I gotta get up. Get up. They're like, yep. They're like, y'all good? Y'all good? I'm like, perfect. Yeah. Let me go to my corner and just, meditate.
Oh, this is also part of New Girl.
Yeah, and that was a Megan Fox episode.
That was a real rat?
That was a real rat. They had 2 rats. Rats are so intelligent. These rats were so trained. They knew how to wait. They knew how to jump. They knew how to do everything. It was really impressive. The rat's foot went in my mouth as I was doing that. I was like, I hope that foot was clean. We've done so many things before I even got into the stunt industry working professionally. He would drive and I would just jump out of the car and we would test different speeds and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're like, hit me with your car. I'm like, okay. Remember that time when I set off an explosion in the garage and then you like jumped through it?
Yeah, I was like, let me jump through that fire.
We did it once and it was tiny. So we're like, we could probably quadruple that size. We did it, and quadruple is way too much. Oh, that was nuts.
Oh, my eyelashes. Yeah, it's always good to have a friend who's willing to put your life at risk and help get your goal.
You can count on me for that. Yeah, I'll set you on fire anytime you want. It's funny because like there's a fire gel's like its own thing by Action Factory makes it or something, right?
Yeah, this company Action Factory makes fire gel, and it's a fire retardant so that the fire won't attach to your hair and burn you and stuff like that. So there's a lot of prepping that goes into firework, soaking your clothes into the fire gel, and then wearing that so you can be in an explosion and the fire won't attach to you.
We literally went to the faucet in the bathroom. We're like, let's just sprinkle some water on you. Do you remember that? We're like, I think your hair might catch on fire. So just in case, let's just splatter some water on your hair.
I remember.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
Wow. I actually forgot that until you mentioned, but yes, I do remember that. That's how you learn.
That's how.
I don't know.
It's probably how all this stuff came about. They were like, hey, let's try to jump through a fire. Well, Frankie's dead now, so let's
Maybe we should have done that.
Yeah.
Bang Bang is a Bollywood film. We shot in Shimla, Manali, New Delhi. We shot all over.
Pack your bags. You're going to India.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be doubling one of the biggest Bollywood stars.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What was the craziest stunt during that shoot?
It was probably the roof jump in Shimla. I had to run and just jump that with no sling or anything to potential death. It's just parkour. That's what we do. But the roofs over there were made out of like thin tin. So it was very slippery, it was very weak, and very fragile. So I didn't know at any potential time during my run up to jump over the building whether the roof was going to cave in or my foot was going to fall through, because we did tests prior to that jump a bunch of times where we would just walk on the roofs, and twice, 2 guys separate times, their foot fell through and scraped their whole shin, and the metal just gave them such cuts, and they had to go to the hospital and stuff. So, and they didn't even tell me there were squibs on the runway and all that stuff. So.
They didn't tell you that?
No, they didn't. That could have been a potential risk, but I was so in the zone I didn't even. It makes the scene look better, but they should have told me. There's a lot of injuries that happen there because they hire a lot of people that just get paid for the day. They just come out and they're willing to get hurt for pennies, so they just come out, they do a scene, they get hurt, and then they get sent home, and you get a new guy in.
So you're saying a lot of these guys that are getting beat up, they're like actually getting injured because they just kind of get hired for the day and sent home.
Yeah, so right here, this guy follows me in, right here, and he fell, got hit. This is real. He really hit his chin on there. He really hit that roof, and he fell. He wasn't supposed to do that.
Wait, what?
He was supposed to jump into the window with me. So right here, he actually hit his chin, fell, and there was no mat on the ground. So when I jumped through the beads, I rolled, got up, came right downstairs because that was my scene to finish outside. And then he was on the ground having a seizure. And that was...
Wait, he was having a seizure?
He was having a seizure on the ground. So he hit his chin on the thing, hit the awning. Thank God the awning was there, else he would have fell from 2 stories straight to concrete. And
oh my God.
They ask a stunt guy, they're like, can you do this? And they say, yes. Even if they can't do it, they want that job. They want to work that day. So they say, yes, I can do it. And then they go to do it, and they really can't do it, so...
Oh gosh. Horace Award is basically the Oscars for stunts because they don't have a stunt category in Oscars because they need to have. I mean, hardest hits, and they literally just show people with stuntmen getting like hit with a car and bashing through a window and stuff like that. And it's like, which one do you think is the best hit? Best high falls?
Best high falls.
Best like car stunts? Like it was the coolest show I've ever been to. But you got nominated for one, so that's really impressive. That's like really fucking cool.
This is Teen Wolf, yeah. I was a creature who was a World War II soldier. And
Oh, that's disgusting.
in order to get in all of that prosthetics and stuff, I had 4 people just shaving my whole body. Just getting all my hair, and I'm a pretty hairy guy, but I just got shaved yesterday for a TV show Lucifer, so now I'm bare right now. I shaved my arms and everything, but they melted latex and then put it on me, so I was just covered in latex everywhere, and then the face part was a prosthetic.
These swords that you're swinging around in this scene, how heavy are these swords?
I forget what material they're made out of, but they are heavy so that they look real.
In all these scenes, the sword is actually not even touching
Yes.
anybody.
Mm-hmm. So that girl
Really?
who got cut in the stomach, she came in with her shirt already ripped and blood on her shirt. So it's a lot in the elbows and the wrists, so you won't want to hit and have your hand pointed towards him. You want to bend it in so it looks like you cut. And as you leave his body, you want to flex your wrist down to show wham, that you cut him.
That is cool. Supergirl?
Yeah, I was Red Tornado, so I did all the suit work for Red Tornado. The helmet was prosthetics, so that was a huge prosthetic thing they glued from here all the way around to my chin up here. They glued it to my face. We were filming outside on Warner Brothers lot in the summer in the huge heat on pavement, so it was so hot that I could squeeze the forehead part and it would just drip all the sweat because it would just stay in the prosthetic helmet. It was pretty nasty.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It must be interesting working with CG because you're required to use your imagination on a lot of this Red Tornado stuff, right?
Exactly. So sometimes you feel silly doing CG. You have to really pretend as if it's real even though nothing is going on. It's just a camera and nothing. So you have to pretend like you're being frozen. You have to pretend like your arm flew off or something. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions about stunts, my Instagram, I have 10 photos. I upload like 1 a year. So if you want to come and take a look at that, there's nothing really too impressive on there. But it's RJ Wolf, WOLFE, stunts, STUNTS. RJ Wolf Stunts at
It's right here on the label. Can't you see? It's right there. You don't have to spell it. If there's people out there that are like, I want to one day be a stuntman, what would you tell them?
Be careful, love it, be smart. But the number one thing I tell everybody is go to jam, join an all movement. 1, you get to meet people who are working already. And 2, you get to be friends with those people. And people want to work with their friends. Just like Gene and I, we've been friends since the start, so we'll always work together forever.
That was really cool. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.